Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the THW News and Rumors Rundown with the NHL. My name is Jim Parsons. I'm here with thehockeywriters.com. Lots to cover. We've had a ton of signings, tons of trades. I'm not going to get into all of it with NHL free agency, but what I will do is cover some of the leftover stories from all the big signings that happened in the hockey world. Just a quick reminder though, if you want to follow us at The Hockey Writer, you can do so on Twitter at The Hockey Writer. You can go to facebook.com/The Hockey Writers, and of course thehockeywriters.com. We have all the news, articles, posts, reactions, features to everything that's been happening in the NHL the past few days. But here's a couple stories that are still sort of remaining and left over. Vladimir Tarasenko of the St. Louis Blues. We don't really know exactly what's going on there, other than the fact that it's looking a lot more difficult for the Blues to trade Tarasenko. They signed Brandon Saad from the Colorado Avalanche, so it looks like Tarasenko is still one of those guys that's going to be on the move out of St. Louis, but the trades, they're just not really coming. Teams aren't there. Now there's some talk the Islanders might be interested here, and a lot of whispers that the New York Islanders have a lot of signings and possible deals done that they're just not reporting. And we don't know if Tarasenko's part of that, but we're going to find out here in the next few days if Tarasenko could be moved out of St. Louis. The Blues are talking about him being able to come back and returning into the team, but it doesn't look like Tarasenko's probably up for that. So expect a trade here still to come down the pipe. The Edmonton Oilers did a lot. They signed Warren Foegele today as we record this. They traded Ethan Bear for Warren Foegele. They signed Zach Hyman. They did a whole bunch of stuff, and now they're looking at upgrading their goaltending. Mikko Koskinen is the name that could be moved out here, but rumors of Joonas Korpisalo coming from the Columbus Blue Jackets are probably not accurate. There is a talk that the first-round pick of next year, plus a prospect like Dmitry Samorukov and Mikko Koskinen would go to Columbus for Korpisalo, but that's been shot down by Ryan Rishaga of TSN, who said that the Oilers are not going to be giving a pile of assets away for a goalie who's not much better than Mikko Koskinen in terms of his numbers. So the Oilers may ride with this tandem of Mike Smith and Koskinen to go into next season, and then maybe they'll look at something at the trade deadline, assuming these two can get them towards the playoffs again. But don't expect a trade where Edmonton's going to be dealing with the Blue Jackets for Korpisalo. It's probably not happening. Alexandar Georgiev out of the New York Rangers organization, there's rumors and talk that he's perhaps asked for a trade. Now, his agent has denied this, saying that he has not demanded a trade. That doesn't mean that Georgiev won't be moved. The Rangers might still move him in a trade here, but it's not looking like the goaltender has demanded or requested a trade out of the Rangers organization. Talk that he just wants to play more, and behind Shesterkin is probably not the best place for him to be. Whether or not a move happens, we'll see. There's not a lot of goaltenders left. Tons of action on the goalie market in the NHL, so Georgiev could be an attractive option for a couple teams looking to still shore that up. David Krejci has announced that he will not be back with the Boston Bruins next season. He's going to return to the Czech Republic to play in front of his family and friends. He thanked the Bruins organization, the fans, and everybody else for the 14 seasons that he had with the Boston Bruins, but he's going to be moving on and going back home. So what the Boston Bruins will do now is really unclear. They're going to need to get a second-line center, and Jake DeBrusk could be a player moved in that sort of equation, but it doesn't look like DeBrusk is going to be the guy that gets you the second-line center out of Boston. So we'll see if the Bruins are able to do something, or if they're just going to have to stick with the current roster as is, but David Krejci will not be returning to the Boston Bruins next season. Finally, Jack Eichel of the Buffalo Sabres. This has gotten messy. The agents for Eichel sort of released a statement here this weekend saying that Buffalo has not been honest about everything, that they're stopping their client from getting the surgery that he wants to get done, that if he had gotten the surgery, he could be back in time for the beginning of next season, that they're expecting a trade, although the organization, the Buffalo Sabres organization, and GM Kevin Adams has said that they're willing to bring Eichel back. Certainly doesn't look like Eichel is willing to come back to the Buffalo Sabres, so this has gotten ugly in a hurry. The Sabres are waiting for the right trade. Still a couple teams rumored to be in this. New York Rangers, potentially could be one of the teams. But a lot of teams are bowing out too. The asking price is just too high from the Sabres. And this soap opera is not going to be helping the situation much. So we'll see where this all goes. Those are some of the stories that we're still working on here at the Hockey Writers. You can check them out. Don't forget, go to the YouTube page, like and subscribe, get the notifications, hit the like button on Facebook. And of course, we'll have all of these stories on thehockeywriters.com and everything else that goes with it. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend.